Okay, I think we can start. Dear colleagues, hello, good morning. First of all, I would like to congratulate your guidance colleagues for this Global Careers Month event, which brings together guidance practitioners from all over Europe. We really love to be there with you. I hope to meet you soon again. We are here to talk about social emotional competencies of career guidance practitioners to shed the light in this new area that is very important for career guidance practice. It is a part of our work in the framework of Erasmus Plus project. Wait a moment, because something is blocking. Okay. It's an area that it is not new, of course, for career guidance practice, but it starts to be very important nowadays. Of course, social and emotional skills are very much linked with the decision-making processes and career planning, as the emotions is one factor that is very relevant. And it is closely linked to the career guidance counseling methodology, which all guidance practitioners are familiar with. But it's also important because nowadays the role of soft skills is much more strengthened in all aspects of education, training, and employment and career planning. But other factors like the inclusiveness, the need for more inclusiveness, and meeting the needs of different clients that may be more stressed, frustrated, or aggressive because of new developments in the labor market, turbulences, and new difficult situations, migration, precarious employment, and other issues that highlight more the role of emotions and emotional regulation. Another fact is the importance of social and emotional skills in view of the digital transformation of career guidance services. As we have discussed in other situations and in other conferences, there is a whole new environment for career guidance practitioners to offer career guidance and counseling in more remote environment and in personal conditions, not being face-to-face with beneficiaries, with the clients. So it is very much, it is more important to acquire social and emotional skills and to be able to connect with the clients in this impersonal situation. Also, modern professional excellence and emotional intelligence leadership. It's a new need in our practice and career guidance practice. It is highlighted in all work environments, the need for more self-awareness and self-regulation. So this new perspective of things that we have already been involved with in career guidance and counseling is very relevant, and we have to approach in a new perspective. So in this process, there was a broad research with the help of a nice network that you all know, to see if these are all relevant for our colleagues in the European context, then it was indicated that most of the guidance practitioners really need to focus more on these social and emotional competencies, and they need more training to develop these kind of competencies, dealing with empathy, emotion management, diversity management, active listening, cooperation. And in many countries, there have been rated very high in the trainings of guidance practitioners. To begin with, it's important to remember a little bit about the basic concepts and background of these social and emotional competencies. Of course, emotional and cognitive processes are interrelated. Of course, it is important to develop a way to regulate the emotions, and this is a process to help people, to help us to adapt to changing environmental conditions, which is very relevant for today's career planning and employability. It is also very relevant because emotion is the driving force of our actions. So it is closely linked to to motivation, career motivation, career aspirations, and all these important factors to achieve the achieve employability and to be able to plan, taking into account the existing conditions in the labor market, but also to be able to link to our personal abilities and personal ambitions, because all these are linked to personal well-being, which is the main also main factor in career planning. It's also good to remember that there are a lot of different emotions, but it's a good background in this in our work here that as it was indicated by Platznick model. There are 8 basic emotions: joy, trust, fear, surprise, sadness, anticipation, anger, and disgust. And that these are 8 basic emotions have their opposite, and they all have different connections, and they result to more different combination of emotions, as it is indicated in this wheel of emotions. It's also a good background for this work that we will present. So some quick reference to the basic theoretical models that we use: the social intelligence, emotional intelligence, and social emotional learning. Let's see a few things about each of these models and theoretical frameworks. Social intelligence.
Fotini, can you hear us?
It was introduced by Thorndike a lot of years ago, but it is really relevant until today. It's mostly about the ability to understand and relate and manage others, to perceive one's own and others' internal state, motivations, and behaviors, and very closely linked to Gardner's theory of multiple intelligence, which that this multiple intelligences relate to certain parts of the brain. And in the case of social intelligence, refers to interpersonal, which means interpersonal social intelligence, the ability to interact with others, and also intrapersonal, which is emotional intelligence, the ability to to regulate our emotions and feel confident and comfortable inside. So there's the two parts of the same coin. Okay. There are a lot of social emotional skills today. A quick reference to all slides. The next one was about the survey that we have conducted with the help of NICE network in the participation of career guidance practitioners from different European countries, and the needs on training for social and emotional competencies. The next slide is dealing with the basic concepts with emotions, and you see the wheel of emotions that I was referring to, and then the basic theoretical models, and we are in the first, we have just started with the next slide. So we are here, okay. So I was referring to the social intelligence as was introduced by Thorndike and then Howard Gardner in the theory of multiple intelligences, highlighting the interpersonal but also intrapersonal intelligence, which is linked to the regulation of emotions and the ability to feel confident and able to be a part of a group or to control our emotions. Also, Greenspan and Locke speak about the three dimensions of social intelligence: social sensitivity, which is linked to role-taking; social acumen, which is linked to social insight and moral judgment; and social perception, which it is linked to understanding and social and problem solving skills. The next slide. Okay. We all know that Goldman in his theory said more light in the social and emotional intelligence. And primarily, he was referring to social awareness and social facility, not directly linked to emotional intelligence, but it is closely related because it has to do with the ability to perceive the inner mental state, feelings and thoughts of others in complex social situations. And he's referring to skills such as primary empathy, the ability to take the point of view of others, attention, attentiveness. These are these two skills that are very familiar with guidance practitioners and career counseling. Empathic accuracy, ability to understand other people's thoughts, feelings, and intentions; and social cognition, ability to understand the social environment in general. And the social facility is based on social awareness, social awareness, and including the skills of self-presentation, influence, and concern for others. Okay, a very important model for emotional intelligence was created by Mayer and Salovi. With these models is closely linked, Mayer and Salovi and Daniel Goleman, because there was a first attempt to identify exactly the social and emotional skills, and also to develop a framework and develop the whole concepts behind. So the Mayer and Salovi framework highlights the importance of 4 key skills, dealing with the adequate emotional perception and expression of our emotions and others' emotions, using emotions in a way that facilitates thinking, understanding emotions, and also emotional language and signs, and emotional adjustment. And if you see the next slide, the next slide, sorry, you see the basic framework, the basic model of Meyer and Salovey with defining also the sub-skills for each of the four categories that I referred to. And then Goldman developed the model of emotional intelligence, expanding Meyer's and Salovey's model, and he defined the 5 core emotional intelligence skills, which is important to keep in mind and and it was a basis for our work. Emotional self-awareness, being aware of how one feels at any given moment and understanding the impact that this has to others. Self-regulation, controlling our emotions and the emotions of others. Motivation, using emotional factors to achieve goals. Empathy, understanding and sensing the feelings of others. And social skills, which means managing a relationship and inspiring others and eliciting desired reactions from them. Okay, and the last model that it is was important we took into account, it was the social emotional learning model, CASEL, as it is well known. This model defines 5 skills: self-perception, recognition and perception of emotions, self-management, impulse control and stress management, social awareness, ability to accept the perspective of others, relationship and communication skills, and decision-making ability. This model is very important because it highlights the ability to learn and to develop social and emotional skills. That is not only an internal characteristic, that is a process that we can be involved and develop our skills in this field. Next slide. Next slide. Okay. So here is the results of the work that it was based in the previous or the previous background that we have that you have seen, and it is the output of joint work in the framework of an Erasmus Plus project, transnational project called Strength. With the aim to develop a model of social and emotional competences for guidance practitioners, that these social and emotional competences that are needed in career guidance and counseling, and in everyday practice with the clients. So based on this research and all the theoretical frameworks, we have developed this new model consisting of 5 key social emotional competencies, as you see in different colors: empathy, emotion management, diversity management, active listening, and cooperation skills that are all analyzed in different sub-skills. We can see the next slide because it's better. You can see the key skills and different dimensions included in the main skill category. So empathy skills is analyzed to affective empathy and cognitive empathy. So the difference here is the ability to perceive and correctly express others' emotions. And the cognitive empathy is the ability to take the perspective of others. The next slide. Okay. Emotion management skills. includes 3 sub-skills: understanding emotions, emotional self-awareness, and emotional self-control. Active listening skills related to attentiveness and allowing others to reflect ideas and feelings openly. Diversity management skills, including social concern and commitment, tolerance, and diversity and intercultural competence, very relevant for today's environment, also linked to career issues. Cooperation skills, including influence, understanding one's own strengths and values and being able to express them to induce desired responses from others. Cooperation, very relevant, I think we all know, and conflict resolution and negotiation, also very important, negotiation skills. So the new aspect in this work is that we have been focusing on the learnability and the methodology of what methods we could use. Maybe this is not the whole. Okay, the methodology we can use so we can develop social and emotional competencies for career guidance practitioners. Is it feasible to develop, or is it something that we have to make better as we are developing in our work? So as it was indicated by the theorists, it is possible to do that. So if we can use experiential and participatory activities and exercises, so it is really important to be involved in these kind of activities throughout all our career development processes. And it is not something that we do that at once or for one time, but it is important to introduce actions like that in career guidance training and for career guidance practitioners, and in different levels of work. So based on this methodology, it was developed a whole training module concerning these 5 key social emotional competencies. So I think maybe we can start. Mary can show us activities based on this methodology about the development of social and emotional competencies. Mary, can you?
Okay, yes. Hello, everyone. Nice to be here with you today. I'm Mary Tountopoulou. Thank you, Fotini. I'm Mary Tountopoulou. I'm a psychologist and career counselor, and I'm going to share with you the platform of Strength, where you can find very useful information about the training we developed in the program Strength. And I will navigate now with you through the platform that was developed by the Hamko University. And we are going to see together some activities just to make it a little bit more experiential, our session. So I'll share my screen. So let's go. Here, I can share with you also the link. I will write it in the chat so you can have access to it even after this session. So here is the toolkit. It's in the Strength platform. And the toolkit, we have a short introduction about the training program. And as Fotini presented before, we have 5 clusters, 5 socio-emotional skills: the empathy, emotion management, diversity management, active listening, and cooperation. So how you can navigate through this toolkit? First, you can go through all the socio-emotional skills, or you can choose whichever you want to improve. It's something that there are activities that you can do yourself to improve your social emotional skills, or you can use those activities with your clients or with your students in career guidance. For sure, the content is based on career guidance practitioners. So you have to adjust it if you want to implement it with your clients. First, let's go, for example, in the first cluster, the empathy one. As you can see, there are 4 parts in each cluster, in each section. First of all, we have a theoretical background. Here you see the PDF. You can download the PDF and you have everything regarding empathy here, like definitions, theories, methodologies that you can use to improve this socio-emotional skill. After the theoretical background, we have the experiential part. It's are all those activities. Here we have 6 activities, and you can go in each one. There are different kind of activities. Other are based on cognitive methods, other in behavioral or mindfulness and role-playing case studies. So you have a different way to improve your skills. Of course, before each section, for example, before going into the empathy section, you can go through the pre-evaluation. What is the pre-evaluation? You have some questions that you are going to evaluate the level of your empathy skill. So, for example, a kind of question is like, I can understand relevant and spoken information, feelings, and needs of other people. And you have to choose how well you do in this. So you do that before the training. And when you finish the training, after reading the theoretical part, going through the activities, you go again through this questionnaire to see how well you have done and if you have improved your skill. There, for the activities, let's see, for example, one activity here. We have the learning goal. We describe the learning goal of the activity. And then we have the specificities, if it is an individual or a group activity, the duration of each activity, what material we need, and the instructions. And the questions for reflection. In every activity, in the end, we have always a question for reflection because we need to share our experience. And in a little while, we're going to do together some activities just to see it in practice how it works. And we are going to use those questions. So you can see here everything, but in case you don't want to do it online, you can download everything. You have here the PDF where is the description of the activity, the exercises, the instructions. And also, if you are the trainer, you are not doing this for yourself, but you are doing for your students who may be career practitioners, students in career guidance. You can have also some more information here how you can use this activity. And here, as you can see, it's a drag and drop exercise. And if you want to do it online, you can just click on it. And here, you see how it works. You just have to look, for example, okay, in here it says, look at my scarf for my accident. And the second person says, oh, that's tiny. Look at what I got when I was hit by a bike. And then you have to choose which what kind of expression was that, for example, and you just move it up and down. You can go through this platform whenever you want. It's open. I think it will remain open for 1 year more at least. I think so. So as we don't have enough time today to go through all the activities, you can go through it in your own space and time. And in case you have more questions, you can send us a mail, and you can find everything, because as you can see, we have different partners in these projects. We have from Germany, from Greece, from Italy, from Portugal, Romania, and Finland. So you can have access here. You say contact us. You can have access to those of people that are from your countries, or to those that you want to ask more. So then, after having gone through the activities in its cluster, we have also a post-evaluation session. Here you see it. When you have read all the theoretical background and gone through the activities, here there are some questions that are going to evaluate what you have learned in this case. So, for example, not the post-evaluation, the self-evaluation, sorry, where there are questions that are from the content that you have already gone through. For example, the main feature of emotional empathy is the importance given to, and the answer is one of those four given answers that is in the theoretical part or in the activities that we have gone through. And then we have more resources here. Okay, you have a video, you have books, articles, and you can go through all of them to learn more about empathy, for example. And this is the toolkit, how you can use it. You can, as I told you, you can go to one of these skills, or you can go to all 5 and do the practice, go through the theory and make some of the activities. In some cases, you can't do it on yourself because you need a partner, because you have to work in groups. And it's better to work in groups just in case you want to share your experience. But there are also activities, you can see it in the description of the activities, where it says that it is it's not a group activity. You can do it also on yourself. Where you can see that it's a group activity, for sure you have to share it with a partner, at least. And I think it's now time to go through an activity all together, just to see how it works and to reflect upon your experience. And I'll go through an empathy activity, and we're going to watch a video. It's the activity 6. I'm going to, I don't know if you can hear the video through my screen. So I'm going to share also the link here in the chat, and you can open it on your own and go through the video. Let me go. Okay. I'll share here the link. So please open this link. It's a YouTube video. Watch the video. Let me know first if you all have access to the video. Okay, yeah, I can see one yes. Okay, so as long as you can go through the video in your own, let's have 5 minutes to go through the video, and then we can talk all together, reflect upon your experience on that. Okay, so let's then see now let's talk about it a little bit. You can raise your hand and express your experience. For example, what in this video, what we want to show with this video to our students. Nadia, I see. Yes.
Hi. Yeah,
hello.
I thought that it has a reflection. Can you think about yourself? And I think I do it all the time with my husband. Just trying to fix what I think is fixed. Well, I'm not listening actually that it's hard for him things, and I'm just trying to fix my frustration. And I think that's what it's about, it like us not listening the feeling of other people actually.
That's right. And this is the learning goal of this exercise, because we want to show that the biggest mistake we make is that we try to fix or to solve the problem rather than to empathize with our partner or with those that are sharing something with us. So if you think more about it, as our colleague said, just already said that she does that with her husband, do anyone else have, can bring in mind a case where you have acted like the man in the video? The fact that I see no hand raised, I think that you're all very well in the empathy skill. Okay, you haven't such an experience. So this exercise, just a simple exercise you can do with even with your clients or with your partner, just to show them that you don't want to fix the problem of the other person, but you want to help them understand to show them that you understand them. Okay. Yes, Roseanne Parudia, sorry if I don't spell it well. I totally agree with you, especially with students with difficult social background. And as we are running a little out of time in a little while, I'd like also to go through a last exercise. It's about mindfulness exercise that we use it in emotional management. So I will share also here the link and go through it. It's a breathing, how to breathe exercise, mindful breathing. So go sit comfortable, do this exercise, and then I will leave you calm to continue your day. So go through the mindful breathing and we'll be together in a while. Okay, perfect. So how you found this activity? Was it relaxing for us? It's a way just to calm down before reacting when something is going wrong or you are in a very tense activity. So this is good to make practice with this kind of mindfulness in everyday practice, do it daily, just to learn how to relax yourself and try not to react on impulse when you are in a very difficult situation. Total presence for us, well done, well done then. That's was our scope. So we don't have any more time. So if you have any more questions, we can send a mail to us or to any partner of the project, and we will be glad to help you and give you more information. Thank you all for being here today, and enjoy the rest of the day.